Folks, here doing a daily Bible reading for Sunday morning with Cole and his very squeaky toy. Hey, we're looking at Psalm 106 this morning, and we've been doing that for a while. And Psalm 106, like Psalm 105, is a historical psalm talking about the history of Israel. Psalm 105 talks about all the high points. Psalm 106 talks about all the times that the Israelites, the Hebrews, messed up, but that God is still faithful. And so let's just take a look at it now. And we got cool, a little bit of grass. That's okay. All right, so let's read here. They despised the pleasant land, the promised land, and having no faith in his promise, they murmured in their tents and did not obey the voice of the Lord. Therefore he raised his hand and swore to them that he would make them fall in the wilderness and would make their offspring fall among the nations and scatter them among the lands. So we read this, and we read where they were murmuring, right? They're murmuring in their tents. So they're kind of doing it in private, just amongst each other. This is bad news. And they murmured out loud as well. They despised the promise of God. Well, we read about this in the book of Exodus, and you can see where they come to the promised land, and they stop. Why? Because it's too hard for them. They think, we can't do this. This is too hard. Right? Those giants are way too big. Yes, the promised land looks amazing. It was given to us by God, but we just don't believe it can actually happen. It's just too hard to do. And that's a shame, because they missed the promises of God. Often God will lead you to some place where he has taken you. He's promised you this is going to happen in your life. Maybe you heard a prophetic word, whatever it might be. But you know, man, I see God calling us to this area, but it's just too hard. And you stop. Well, don't stop. Like the Israelites, God will give you the victory in those things. If God brought you to it, he wants to take you through that to something that's amazing on the other side. But you got to walk through this first. And here's the thing, you don't do it alone. Was the battle too hard for the Israelites? Were the giants too big for the Israelites? Absolutely, they were too big for them. But God was with them. And so the size didn't really matter. God would have brought them the victory had they just stepped forward in faith. But they had no faith. For that reason, that whole generation was lost in the wilderness. And God had to raise up a brand new generation that would actually go in. So don't stop short. Trust God.